I didn't want to be boring like adult speak there, but I just wanted to share some of my useless like university marketing with y'all.
Yes.
Useful information in this context.
Yes.
Probably not in the rest of life. Much like my my screenwriting and journalism education.
Hey, you never know. You could go on to write the next Fury Road.
Yeah, with my Beast Wars spec script.
Fuck yeah. They're like, we like what you're thinking, but instead of Beast Wars, what if it was another Mad Max movie? How would you feel about that?
I'd be like,
I'm listening.
How many zeros are on that check? 3? Sure.
Yes, sir.
My asking price is low.
ALPHANUMERIC. ReBoot.
What's it gonna add?
You're prepared for a giant monster made entirely of nulls stomping around mainframe?
I've always wanted to do that.
How do you plan for that?
Is this still happening?
Greetings, mainframers. Welcome to another episode of Alphanumeric, the show where three 90s kids talk about a 90s cartoon called ReBoot. On this week's podcast, we are reviewing the episode Bad Bob. It came out on the 21st of September, 1995 in Canada, but the 14th of October in 1995 of the US. I am one of your hosts, NeoCal, and I am joined by my two co-hosts, one of which is Christopher Siege.
Salivations, ex-humans.
And the other co-host, AP Snidler.
Hello, everyone.
Did I forget to say salivations, ex-humans?
Well, I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Did I say salivations?
No, I don't think so.
Nah.
Dang.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
Soon. Speaking of gravelly voiced spooky dudes, whom you don't see the face, Bad Bob. It's a Mad Max episode, folks.
Yep, and one of the things that I kind of dig about the title of the episode Bad Bob is it is much like Mad Max, which the game featured in this episode is a clear riff on. Bad Bob is also an alliteration, just like Mad Max.
Yeah, Bad Bob, Mad Max. Today I learned.
Yep.
Bad Bob.
Bad Bob.
But how is the Siege and the Snidler? How are you guys?
I have a splitting headache right now,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
well, that sucks.
and I've taken 6 Advil to combat it, and so far it has not been effective.
Oh, jeez.
Damn it, drugs, do your job.
Drugs. We hired you we bought you for a reason. Do
How
it.
about the Snidler?
Do it, I say.
How about the Snidler? I'll see.
The Snidler is okay. The Snidler is good. Snidler is wise.
The Snidler is apey.
The Snidler is AP.
That's
Got
right.
it. Whatever that means.
Nobody knows.
Absolutely fantastic with a PH.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Fantastic.
Holy cow.
Very-
I just made that up.
Very primal in nature.
It
Absolutely.
is,
primal.
yes.
Snidler.
Fatastic. I like that. Well, is fatastic like how you describe a girl with a thick behind?
I totally would if that's what I said, yes.
All right.
I said fantastic, but just misspelled it.
I thought you said fatastic
No.
with the PH.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, I don't think that would go over very well, but that could
No?
just be me.
Mixed audience. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, read the room.
Yeah.
Well, room, tell us, is fatastic an inappropriate term? Come and bother us. And let us know.
It's an appropriate
Those are the
term for
walls.
this episode.
Those are the walls talking.
It is a fantastic episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastically.
Is your place
fantastic.
haunted? Is your place haunted?
Yes, my walls talk all the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I think it's my neighbors, but it's more fun to pretend it's ghosts.
Well, that's canon now.
Yeah.
The ghost.
Oh shit! You literally have ex-humans in your place right now.
Ex-humans everywhere.
Mother of God.
They live. Yeah.
Oh shit! Now we're bringing aliens into this.
Oh no. Right.
Although I've never actually seen They Live. I just I know of it.
What is it?
Neither have I. I'll be honest. Neither have I.
Is it an
There's
alien
no
movie?
references.
Yeah, it's a John Carpenter film that starred Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
What
And
the fuck?
yeah, you know that famous line, that oft-quoted line, "I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, but I'm all out of bubblegum."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from that movie.
Oh, what the?
And the movie like ended with like a really like, from what I've heard, ended with like a really dope like fist fight between Roddy Piper and Keith David.
Awesome.
Well, I guess I know what movie I have to watch next.
And
yeah, that's our homework for the week.
Yeah, and yeah, basically it's about like aliens disguised as humans, and Roddy Piper has these pair of shades that let him like see which people are actually aliens.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
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 Fuck it, I
And
think
the
I might.
whole thing.
I think I might watch it today after we're done recording.
Sounds like a plan.
And it was all in his head all along. You ever watch
Well,
that movie Existenz?
Yes.
That's
Huh?
a trip.
I never heard that.
Existenz?
Yeah.
Existenz is like the art house version of The Matrix.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Never,
Actually.
never saw.
They came out at a similar time, I think.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they explore some similar themes, and there's some like similarities to the like core concept, but Existenz is a much more like art house type film, whereas The Matrix is just like dope action.
Yeah.
I think
Dope.
it's worth watching. It's weird though.
Yeah, it is a weird movie. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the word or term Cronenberg? Snidler?
I've heard people say it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's a Cronenberg movie, which
I
means
see.
that there's not so subtle women's feet in the movie in every scene,
All
and
right.
a lot of like body
Body horror.
horror.
Yeah.
Interesting.
His son actually
Well, I'll have
just
to check
directed a
this
movie.
out. His son?
Yeah, Cronenberg's son just directed a movie called Possessor that's apparently a really great body horror film.
I keep
Oh,
hearing
crazy.
people say I need to watch that. Possessor. Anyways, yeah, it's Existenz with like a Z at the end.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it sounds like a
not-
penis enlargement.
Not Extensi. Yeah, exactly. Not Extensi.
Well, now we have 3 movies to watch tonight after
Oh,
we're done
God damn
talking
it.
about ReBoot.
And an
Possessor,
infomercial.
Existenz, and They Live.
Yeah.
There we
And
go.
Extensi.
And Extensi.
Yeah.
But to jump
Hey,
into
it's
Bad
inspiring,
Bob,
okay.
it's a little on the opposite end of Cronenberg. The principal, the principal office is like, I don't think we've seen this on the show. Just straight up attacked by megabytes,
there's-
like viral binomes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hover tanks everywhere.
I like the reaction of this this CPU cop guy.
Yeah.
He just like flips out. He's like, ah!
And slams a big red button, and a whole bunch of binomes like scramble to like highway patrol cars
Yeah.
that hover.
Surprisingly
I feel like-
panicky. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's like 6 of them. I feel like they're massively outgunned. Like they're just patrol cars, but they're fighting hover tanks.
Yeah, these are very militant police force. They seem to be. There's got to be more than just 6 patrol cars.
The rest of them are at Tim Hortons.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
But ABCs are just everywhere, and it's
wild. Yeah,
It's
like the
wild,
sky
yeah.
is full of like fighting, like CPU patrol cars and like Silicon Tor hover tanks.
We cut to Dot's diner, and out emerges this like kind of punk rock looking bino.
I
biker
like
chick or
her.
something. Yeah,
You know what?
she's
I
cool.
actually like her.
Yeah, she looks like something out of like a Judas Priest concert.
Yeah.
Like she'd be right at home
In
at a
front of
Judas
her
Priest show.
bounces this little energy shake with sunglasses. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
No.
The cool shake is back.
Yeah.
The cool shake.
Yeah. And I don't know, she just seems this chick seems cool, easy to talk to, knows her way around a car. Because Bob crashes his like Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
She knows she
or
knows
his
how
Cadillac,
to, she
I
knows
mean.
how to work a tool.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah,
Is it the Induraster again? Yeah.
she
That's her
sounds
voice.
more attractive than that. Come on.
She does? 50-year-old smoker? Yeah, okay.
I think she's cool.
Hey, she's awesome. I
She's an aging punk rock bino.
Yeah,
That's right.
Seasoned.
Seasoned, yes.
yeah. And she talks about how you can't get classics like that anymore, and then we get to see what Enzo was working on.
In high code, yeah, we hear a lot about this, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
the most
now we
interesting
see it.
part of that episode, Enzo talking about a hover cart that he's making.
no.
The what is it? The air, he calls it an air
Air
cart.
cart.
Yeah.
And it's basically just like a mashup with like a seat and a steering wheel with like two zip boards.
Yeah, which is pretty genius when you think about it.
Yeah, that's some ingenuity that right there.
Yeah, Enzo's he's also learned a lot since last episode, where he had a
kind of,
glimpse
like,
into the
sells it.
supercomputer.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a good
yeah, you're
point.
right.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't even think of that.
and it's sorry. Let's carry on because there's more I'll say on that. in
No, what did
a
you
couple
mention
minutes.
about the supercomputer? Sorry.
Oh no, it's because he starts talking about it, like how he learned from the supercomputer how to make all this, and
What? When he was in there?
yeah,
Oh, I never
Because-
really
because
pieced
we
that together.
because we never see Bob ever. Well, no, because Dot like right about now comes out and scolds Bob for filling his head with ideas, and Bob's like, I wasn't talking to him about the supercomputer
Because he's selling
Dot-
it to the camera, right? He's
Yeah,
like,
basically,
he turns to the camera. He's like, to every driver's need for comfort and speed. But
yeah.
you're implying that he like figured some shit out in his brief.
Well, because he said the supercomputer answered every question.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I don't remember any of this.
I don't remember
um,
this either.
but no, because the dot didn't actually know that he saw the supercomputer. Sorry
So
about that.
So I'm watching it with subtitles. Where is that he's getting information from the supercomputer?
It's when he does that cool little front flip after he parks. Hey Bob,
But
you like
the
my new
way
air
I
cart?
thought he was just like doing. He's like, it's the supercomputer's answer to all your needs of comfort and blah blah blah. That's all he says. It's like he's selling a commercial, right?
Oh, possibly. Maybe I just misheard it. But he Hang on, let me go back.
Yeah.
It's like a weird little like ad, like a fake ad. He like turns to the camera and he's all like, "Oh, it provides all of your needs for blah blah blah."
Oh, okay. I was thinking that he saw something when he was there, because
Well, he was making this before he went into the supercomputer, so
that's true. But it's what Dot says later that kind of got me thinking about that, because she basically says, stop telling Enzo about all this supercomputer stuff.
the tales of the supercomputer. It's bad
Yeah.
enough he follows you into games.
Yeah, and then he said, "Well, what? I never like. I'm not. what are you talking about?"
I think Bob was just being evasive there.
Possibly. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, I was I was like, what is he talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
All right, but yeah, Bob.
I was starting to
his
feel
car-
dumb. I was starting to feel dumb for a minute because I was like, did I like completely like miss all like an entire scene's worth of exposition?
We have a different cut.
I guess so. I don't know. Like, to me. That's what I heard because I never saw it with subtitles. So I'm I guess.
I mean, it's not a bad theory.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a bad theory.
Where am I now?
But anyways, yeah, Bob's car kind of like explodes, like part of his engine like pops, and Fong calls him up on Glitch, and he's like, "Bob, you have to get here, hurry!" And he's like, "What is it, Fong? The principal office is."
And then white noise.
And Bob is just like, Fong, the principal office is what? And it's like, dude, like just
Is
assume
doing
that
fine?
something's going wrong.
Like
Is
what?
it
What
doing
do you
fine?
think? Yeah.
The principal office is boring, and you don't want me to go there? Okay, bye, Fong.
The principal office is out of coffee and you need me to swing by Tim Hortons?
And then the actual police message Dot directly on her tablet.
Yeah.
And she's like, Dot, the Megabyte and his forces are attacking the principal office. Blah, blah, blah. We can't hold them off.
You know how we've talked about how like Megabyte is essentially a mob boss?
Yeah.
The cops seem to the police force seems to answer to Dot in Mainframe. So who's the
Yeah.
real mob boss here?
I actually think they're both mob bosses, but one is more sinister than the other.
Mm.
Like she's
Yeah.
doing it the legal route. She's like
Yeah.
the Elon Musk, right? Like she legally acquires all of these things, right?
Yeah.
To the point where she can move so many resources around and
I could
has so
hear
much access to money.
I could hear the air quotes behind legally.
Yeah.
Whoa! How did you know I did air quotes?
Like
That's
I
weird.
said, I could just hear it. I could just hear it in the way
I
you
actually
said
lifted my hands up and made air quotes. I even when I'm doing the podcast, I still talk with my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a second, are you a wizard?
Yes.
But yeah, she goes through legal courses of action to acquire business partners and everything, right? But like I feel like Dot is business partners with Al in the same way that like Megabyte is business partners with other CD groups.
That is true.
Mm.
Or business Parkers too, as you almost said.
Yeah, business Parker.
That's another thing.
Hardcore Parker.
Parker Brothers.
Yes.
There's a place
Actually-
downtown called Park's Kitchen that I used to go to all the time. Korean place.
Oh.
Ahoy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, Dot kind of figures something is going on, and she's like, "Oh, what? The principal office? Bob, we have to." And he's immediately already flying away in his barely operable Cadillac.
Which
Or it's not really a Cadillac. What did we?
Mhm.
What is it?
it
Firebird?
looks like a Cadillac.
It does.
A
Yeah.
Buick.
Yeah. I think he's closer with this chick that was working. We didn't mention the kind of biker chick. She
Yeah.
like jumped into his engine and seemed really familiar with Bob, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Hold up,
Like, hang on. How
Is-
do you two know
is
each
this
other?
one of his girlfriends?"
Like,
Because when Dot came out and she put her hands on her hips, I was like, "Oh, he's in trouble."
oh,
But then she
dear.
lectured him about like filling Enzo's head with tales of the supercomputer.
Mm,
So I was like, "Shouldn't you be worried about this like
this female stranger.
female stranger who's oddly comfortable with his car?"
Yeah.
But she fixed it enough for him to drive it away.
So I would just
true.
like to point out that Bob's car actually has a name. It is officially known as Bob's V262 Turbo Drophead car.
Huh. I have
Yeah,
heard
I'm
him
gonna
refer
call
to
it
it as
Buick.
the 262.
The
So,
262, okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna call it Bob's
262 is a
car.
classic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the background, there's a building I never noticed before. It says Electro Cinematech,
Oh.
like tech, and it says 1994 on the top of it.
Oh. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so they can go watch movies, I guess.
From the year
Amazing.
1994.
Way off far into the future.
They can
Where mysteries abound.
go and watch Angels in the Outfield,
Hey.
Hook.
Apollo 13,
What other movies came out in 1994?
Forrest Gump,
Oh, yeah, right. DNA.
Star Trek Generations.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't a bad one.
Speaking
Alright.
of Star Trunk, damn
Star
it.
Trek.
There's some like sci-fi missile artillery like shot from an unknown source. We are in the POV of like an artillery, and they shoot that white ball on the top of the principal office.
Sorry,
Yeah.
real quick. They can go watch the top 10 highest grossing films of 1994, which were The Lion King, Forrest Gump, True Lies, The Mask, Speed, The Flintstones, Dumb and Dumber, Four Weddings and a Funeral,
I forgot about that.
Interview with the Vampire, and Clear and Present Danger.
What a fucking magical year. Holy shit.
was
What
a
a time to
great-
be alive.
It was a great year to be alive, yeah.
True Lies is on there. Wow.
Yeah,
I
it's
loved
number
that
3.
movie.
The Mask,
that
the
was a good
fucking Flintstones.
I love
man.
Dumb and
Flintstones.
Dumber.
That was a great movie.
Dumb and Dumber. Holy shit, man. What a lineup. What a fucking lineup.
Especially when you look at like, well, obviously pre-pandemic, but when you look at like,
Mm.
the top 10 movies of the year, it's like superhero film, live action Disney remake, superhero film,
So we don't
Fast
have
and the
anything
Furious
original.
Fast and the Furious, yeah.
yeah,
We have no new ideas.
Something
these
else with
days.
The Rock. Some comedy with The Rock.
yeah. And meanwhile, in 1994,
Family
we got
comedy.
the fucking Flintstones movie in the top 10.
Amazing. Fuck, like, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, I just felt like that was worth pointing out.
Yeah.
Who was Fred again? Goodman?
Goodman, yeah.
Yeah.
And Rick Moranis was Barney.
Oh, that's right. Rick Moranis.
I completely forgot. He was Barney. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow, man. 1994. See, I'm
Good year.
telling you, we need a year-to-year podcast.
Yeah, we do. Best of, like
Yeah.
those old MTV shows,
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's jump back into...
Okay.
The Much
Best
Music
of.
Countdown.
I used to love that.
Yeah, so did I.
All right, so what's going on here? We got Herr Doctor talking to Megabyte.
Yeah.
He calls him your enormity, and he says, one more hit to the subsphere.
I mean, he is naked. So he
One
would
more
know.
hit to the subsphere, and it will be deleted.
Yeah.
So basically, the small one is the subsphere, and the giant big one that makes up the most of the principal office is the dom sphere.
So their end game.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be here.
That was good. That was very good.
But tis.
But tis.
Oh, man. So
Their end game, of course, is acquiring the core energy. Did we mention that?
Yeah.
Because
not
so
yet.
far we've mentioned that that they're just attacking the.
Yeah, we now know that they're after some energon, pure, unfiltered energon comes shooting out the top of the principal office, and they move
because they blow up the beach ball on top of it.
Yeah.
the subsphere, and they move like a tank, an energy tube.
Yeah, it's
that
like
fills
some-
with energon.
Looks like a weird looking syringe.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the ooze canisters from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not exact, but it's like
It's a canister.
Inspired by. Yeah.
It's evocative.
And in case the viewer didn't know what was going on, Hackend or Slash show up right in front of the camera, and they're like, "Oh boy, we're stealing the core energy."
I hope
That's
it works
right.
this time.
I hope it works.
Hax is like, yeah, he was getting so depressed. It's just like, this is great. I hope he succeeds. Maybe
Or
he'll
was
be
it
happy.
Slash that said it.
Moral support.
Was it Slash? Oh, sorry, I thought it was Hack.
That's nobody knows. We never will.
Getting so depressed.
And
Wow.
Megabyte like cruises by in his mega limo, narrating. Oh no, he's talking to Chauncey. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "A few more cycles, and Mainframe's power will be mine."
All mine.
Cheers.
And I'm like,
No.
"But you live in Mainframe."
Yeah. Why don't you just like what you got there, guy? Stop.
And then Bob, in the most shameless, like,
It's important to have goals.
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, in the most,
Right.
in the most shameless, like delivery, like of the entire season so far.
Yeah.
Bob like cruises by, and the camera zooms in as he's flying around, and the battle is still happening, right? The
Mm.
CPU's battling all of the hover tanks, and
Yeah.
Bob's like, "Megabyte steal Mainframe's energy? I don't think so."
I don't think so.
And I'm like, I'm really noticing now, watching this as an adult, that like this is meant for kids, right? Like catchphrases are abound, they're galore.
Yeah.
Well, this was kind of the era of catchphrases, though, right? Like the 80s and 90s. Like even
Yeah.
in especially in like action movies, like everybody had a catchphrase.
Lit off
Multiple
some steam kind of thing.
catchphrases.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The cinematic peak of catchphrases being the 1986 film Commando.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was entirely written just with catchphrases.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what's so weird is that movie was written. I found out recently that movie was written by Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb, he's worked in TV, film, and comics for decades. Jeff Loeb was a name that I knew as a kid as being the writer of the seminal 1996 Batman miniseries, The Long Halloween.
Oh.
Which, if anyone hasn't read it, that's like one of the best Batman stories ever written. And
The Long Halloween.
And a bunch of elements from it were it was some of the inspiration for the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh.
Huh.
Jeff Loeb also created the TV show Heroes, which I wasn't a fan of, but
I
that was
was
popular for a while.
I was though, yeah.
And Jeff Loeb was also the figurehead of Marvel Television for a long time before it was recently shuttered.
Yeah, so what does that mean? That mean like Blade?
No, Marvel Television. So like
TV, sorry. Yeah.
So like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all of the Netflix Marvel
That
shows,
stuff.
et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera. Yeah. So
right,
he was
right. Because I was like, huh. I still maintain that like one of my most favorite Marvel. Whenever people are like, "Oh, I love Marvel movies," and I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking love Blade." And they're like, "What?"
I got to a point where I liked the Netflix Daredevil show way more than any of the fucking movies. So I was so pissed off when it got canceled. Still am.
Oh, I remember.
So
Yeah, what did they have? They had Flash, Daredevil, Punisher.
they had Flash. The Flash was DC.
Oh, right.
But
right.
yeah.
How dare you, sir?
Marvel Netflix was Daredevil, Jessica Jones, which I was also a big fan of.
That was a good one.
Luke Cage and Iron
Luke
Fist and the
Cage.
Punisher.
Remember when like people like freaked out that Iron Fist was like a white dude?
Like he was in the comics.
Oh yeah, right.
Uh huh. Not saying anything else. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Uh-huh.
So what's going on here? So Bob, like,
Hack and Slash are here. This is, you know what? I like how fast this episode leaves. Because right when I was about to complain, Hack and Slash go up to Megabyte, and he's like, "Take care of the Guardian, will you?" And they're like, "On it, boss. Yeah, we're on it." And I'm like, "Oh boy, here we go again." While they're talking to Megabyte, Bob like cruises by in his car, reaches behind them, and literally just turns their jetpacks off.
Yep.
Like there's a button on it.
yeah,
And they're like, "Here we go again."
He did it again. Yep.
could help. It's so hard to find these days.
And I like that. I'm like, they're not even a challenge for him anymore.
Yeah,
In
Yeah,
fact,
like-
they help him sometimes.
It even looks like Megabyte tried to take a lunge at him because as he drove off, you see him hanging out of his vehicle. out the
Oh,
window.
yeah.
So it's like, well, good timing.
Get back here, you bastard.
Get back here, you little gobshite. Yeah.
And
You
Hair
son of a
Doctor. Bob, you son of a bitch. High five. Um, speaking of
Bob.
catchphrases,
In fact, good help is hard to find these days.
takes
do
out
you
a
know-
fucking gun, shoots his car.
do you know anyone who is looking for a job?
How about your brother? He worked for me before. Or, sorry, how about Dot's brother? He worked for me before. Technically true.
That's true. Yeah.
He
So
fucked it
Ver-
up, but I am a man who believes in second chances.
Also, I still paid him.
Yeah.
I'm not like his sister who uses him for free labor. Come now.
Jeez.
Shots fired. I mean, it's more lucrative to work for the mob.
That is
Uh,
true.
Crime does pay,
Yes.
despite what people
Yes.
say.
Yeah, high
It
risk,
really
high
does.
reward, right?
I mean, I'm not coming on the show being an advocate for the mob or anything. It's not like they sponsored this episode or anything. High risk, high pay. Just very high risk.
And speaking of sponsors, this episode was sponsored by the Scarelli family.
Nobody
who
says
have-
anything bad about them because they've never done anything bad.
Yep, and they're known only for their very lucrative painting business
Yeah, and their dry cleaning business
and their car washes.
and their car dealerships.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Anyway, thanks to the squirrel. Thanks to the family.
I was like, do I name another? Do I name something? What do I do?
So we're cutting to the top of cutting. We're cutting to the top of the. Let's just say they made us an offer we can't refuse. Well, while Christopher's dying, on the episode, we are with Hair Doctor, and he's like tapping away on the computer connected to the syringe, but he's playing solitaire
Yeah.
with a keyboard. Yeah. Like, did you guys catch that?
Sorry,
That he's just playing solitaire? Hair Doctor.
oh yeah, I saw that.
That man is playing solitaire. He thinks we don't notice, but we do.
But we do. And from for a second, I thought Bob was severing his goddamn hands. Because he yells, "Cutter!" and he just shoots out a giant Naruto shuriken.
Right.
And what he's actually doing is cutting the monitor. Which I don't know if would stop the machine. And it slams down and, like, presumably breaks Hair Doctor's fingers. Because when he pulls his hands out, he immediately has, like, bandages on them.
Yeah.
Cartoon violence, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah, he owed money to the Scarelli family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been worse. He knew what he was getting into, is all I'm saying. We don't force anything upon nobodies, you see.
Meh.
But speaking of the boss, Megabyte shows up and he's like, "You won't destroy my plan this time, Guardian." And then Bob destroys his plan.
Oh shit!
Bob
Basically.
even does a sassy head bob, and he's like, "Oh really?" I'm surprised he didn't snap. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
It's like head moves left and right, and he's like, "Oh really?" It's like right before the 7-minute mark. His head actually goes left and right, and I'm like, he is a strong, sassy Guardian.
Yep.
And he's like,
Well,
"Oh really?
I'll never
What's different?" Go ahead.
No, I can't find it, so I'm just like, well, I guess I'll never see it.
Never.
Never, ever.
And he's like, "Oh, what's going to go different about it this time, Mega Breath?" And then, oh shit, warning, incoming game.
And the GameCube does something we've never seen it do before.
Yeah.
This is scary and wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it emerges from the sky and starts warping, and instead of going straight down, it starts warping and going kind of horizontally.
Horizontally, it snakes through the air. It it doesn't just go straight down. So presumably, what is happening here is it's snaking around, right? Whoa, that's wild
Yeah.
looking. It's
Yeah.
grabbing all the people that are fighting around the principal office. All of Megabyte's because we see a shit ton of binomes in the game, and presumably it's because it's going horizontally and it's grabbing, it's soaking up all the binomes that are fighting around the principal office.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That's why there's so goddamn many in there. And Bob's like, "This is bad, very bad."
Yes.
And Megabyte, I don't understand why, but Megabyte leers over Bob from behind him, and he's like, "Nothing can save you now, Guardian." And I'm like, how does this help you,
Yeah.
Megabyte?
Right. So
I think it was. Sorry, go on.
So why is the game doing this exactly? Is the core's energy being exposed, luring the game?
That's kind of
The episode doesn't really explain
what's going
it,
on here.
but
No.
that's kind of my takeaway, is that the core's energy is somehow luring the game.
Because it lands over the principal office eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although
Half the principal office.
in a animation error, when we actually see it drop onto half of the principal office, the shot above, it's just coming straight down.
Oh yeah, there was a
All in the
little
sky.
editing or animation error there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But before it lands, and after Megabyte's like, "Haha, you're doomed," and I'm like, "What? How? How does this help Megabyte?" Enzo does some boss bitch maneuver, and slams into Megabyte, who's about to I don't know, hug Bob, and knocks him into.
What's he doing here? Yeah. Just relax, let it happen.
You look tense, Bob. Is it my voice upon your neck?
I am
nakedness. Sorry,
here
go on.
for you. I am here for you, Guardian. Anytime you need me.
As long as no one else knows. And Enzo slams into Megabyte.
Some weird
Because Bob
erotic
is
fan
spacing
fiction.
out. Oh, it exists. I'll find
Yeah,
some for you.
bet.
Acting like I
I am-
don't already have it saved in a
Oh my
folder.
god! Of course you do.
I'm laughing about that for reasons not everyone is privy to.
And
Have you been writing, Chris?
he's been writing.
He's been writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Enzo goes skittering off.
I've been riding the Willy.
Been
Riding
the
Free Willy.
Oh my god!
And
Enzo is spinning out of control.
Snidler's just like, for fuck's sakes, you guys. I'm here to
Guys,
talk
I'm
about
here to talk about ReBoot.
Hey, I'm the one who brought it up. All right. Okay.
So what happens here is Bob looks into the energy pool,
Mm.
and Megabyte's like, "I can't swim. Help me, Guardian." And I didn't know. No, I guess I knew he could do this. Bob's like, "Glitch car," and it like flies off and like drives the car to him. But I thought it was like it attaches to the gear shift, the
Yeah.
gear stick. I thought like his car also like had a clutch, gas, brake, and a steering wheel. How's it like bring the car to him by just attaching to the gear shift?
I think it probably interfaces like with the car's circuits to
Probably.
like engage like an autopilot mode.
It's magic.
Makes
It's
sense.
glitch. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It makes it a smart car.
I love.
And then we see fat face Megabyte.
Yeah, Megabyte's face is like melting in the core energy in
Yeah.
like a shot that kind of reminds me a bit of the end of Terminator 2 when the T1000.
Yeah.
With the thumb.
Dun,
and-
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Dun, na, 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 na.
I love that
Dun,
Bob's
dun,
car
dun, dun.
conveniently works every single time he's desperately needed it.
Except for in this out.
Except for in this episode. No, but like where he drives off to the principal office right after it breaks down. And then he just shoots his glitch over to it, and then it runs perfectly fine. And picks
It
Bob
runs like Christopher's mom's car.
Oh,
up. Wow.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. But we're in the game. We're in the game, and Bob's car is in the game, but like it's different.
Mm,
yeah.
Like it's like
for one, it has wheels now.
yeah.
yeah, and it's we get a zoom in on Bob, who's like dressed like a post-apocalypse like leather punk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I dig this Bob.
I
Yeah.
thought you would.
This is like
He's cool.
Yeah.
this is
one
how
of the few episodes where I actually would argue that Bob is cool. I know, controversial.
yeah, and we get like a cool like pan up shot of him in like his like leather gear.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of does something
Right.
for me, I'm not gonna lie.
That's yeah. I
Okay,
thought it would.
okay.
So Bob jumps in his car and speeds away, and Captain Kirk shows up.
Or Charlton Heston, whoever.
Well, no, he kind of looks like Captain Quirk from
Oh,
the
is
talent.
it like that actor binom?
Yeah.
I think it is.
But he does quote
Oh.
Planet of the Apes here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, they finally did it, the maniacs.
The
They blew it
maniacs.
up.
Damn you all to hell.
Yeah.
Punches the ground.
And I'm like, no, they didn't. It's right there. So yeah, half of the principal office is in the game,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which seems to be a weird anomaly. So like, maybe games never land right in the center.
Well, yeah, because like that's where mainframe's core is and where all the core energy is, and if that sector gets nullified, the entire system's destroyed. So it would be.
Is it immune from games ever landing on it outside of this this phenomena?
I would assume so, because like the system being destroyed is kind of counterproductive to the user.
Mm.
Play a game, your computer just fucking
Just
breaks
blows up.
itself.
Blows up. Oops.
I guess I played too hard.
I guess I'm just that good, bro.
I play so good that like sometimes my computer lights on fire.
Fucking rig couldn't take it.
That's what you
take-
get for
couldn't take my-
overclocking your computer to play Mad Max.
Couldn't take my my e skills or my esport skills.
No.
No.
And
Or it just
Dot
couldn't
is
handle
not in.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Dot is not in the game, and she's talking to the police, and she's saying retrieve a new subsphere from the archives. So I guess they just got new ones lying around.
I guess they're prepared to lose a couple.
You never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the energy in all of Mainframe is like going like wonky.
Yeah, the GameCube is kind of like warping around, like kind of like a Jello cube. If
Yeah.
you like jiggle it.
Yeah, and who's the waiter guy again? Cecil.
Cecil, yeah.
Cecil is like uncontrollably like flying around on his
Just
little rail.
spinning around.
Poor guy, he can't even run away.
Yeah. I maintain that he's like indentured servant. He can't leave that place. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Who's the real mob boss?
Dot.
Yeah.
As I said. I raised that point. And I stand by it.
Mm-hmm. There's two mob bosses in this town. And we cut back inside the game, and Bob's Mad Maxing down a highway through like, I don't know, Arizona or something like that. Some sort of nondescript desert with canyons.
I love that
Fong. Sorry, go ahead.
I love that we have a constant guitar riff going on throughout this entire.
The music for this episode is so good.
Oh yeah.
And now that
Like,
I
it's
know
just rock, yeah.
Now that I know that the same guy who composed music for this show also composed the music for Beast Wars, like totally makes sense with this episode.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, finally, my time to shine. And he does such a good job of like amping this up. Isn't it weird that this episode is so freaking close to Fury Road, which came out like 20 years later?
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I understand it's a lot like Mad Max 2. The Road Warrior, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say this. This episode's clearly inspired by the Warrior specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that standoff that we'll jump to later on in the episode, like this is actually the plot for Fury Road. They leave, they have a bunch of stuff. The user goes after them. They turn around and come back and smash into each other.
That's a really good point.
Like it is like almost like a perfect matchup for the main plot movements of Fury Road. Like they even just everything ends with like a giant like smashing like in the middle of the canyon.
So what you're saying is George Miller watched this episode.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
And then was like, I'm
That's
I'm gonna
good
write a
fucking
new
idea.
time to write a new Mad Max film.
Right? And I really love Fury Road. It's fucking like unapologetically just one giant ass long action scene, and I fucking love it.
I think I knew that I think when I finally like got on the film's wavelength was when we see the shot of like the big vehicle that straight up just had a dude like playing a guitar.
Yeah, with a flamethrower.
With the flamethrower in it. I'm like, yeah, okay. We're in for a ride.
I'm on board.
Yeah. I'm buckled in. I'm ready to go on this ride with this movie.
And like Road Warrior, Fong is even in like a little like whirly-copter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's talking to Bob. And they say that the game's reality has been compromised.
Right.
Again.
Yeah, because Megabyte succeeded in stealing the core energy, so like the game is like fucky. And the game, Mainframe's energy that Megabyte had stolen is actually trapped in the game.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
And he explains to the user, so if the user wins, we're doomed, like the area gets nullified, right?
Yeah.
But if they beat the user, the energy leaves with the GameCube
Yeah.
and they're doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a no-win scenario. I kind of dig it.
Yeah. So they have to, until they know how to fix it, basically, Fong tells Bob, you have to keep the game going.
This, I think, is actually the biggest stakes there have been in an episode of this show to date.
Yes.
I think that's why, like, one of the big reasons why, like, I vibe with this episode so much.
Because it has a
It's just
point.
so good. Like, not only does it have a point, right?
Yeah.
The stakes are high, but like the scene, like scene to scene, like which scenes are written and how they have to do with the story matters. Screenplay 101, right?
Yeah.
Like Christopher's actually gone to school for that part. And a
Right.
lot of Reboot has scenes that take away from the main plot or don't lend anything to it. But I feel like almost, not all, almost every single scene, at least the main points of each one, really lines up really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, they don't have a plan. They just need to stay in the game.
Yeah, they
And
got to
make sure
keep
that the user doesn't die and that the user doesn't win.
Yeah, they got to keep the game going for as long as possible until they can figure something out.
Yeah, and that I was going to say that shot with Dot is useless, but it's showing that she is trying to figure something out from the outside of the game.
Yeah.
So I think it does lend to the episode. And then Fong, before he flies off in his whirly copter, he's like, "Oh, just one more thing. Enzo is in the game, and he's trying to stop the user." And I'm like, "Oh, so you guys have nothing to worry about." But why?
Enzo won the game. Yeah, but why?
But how? And it cuts to Enzo with his arm up in the air, and he's like, "Woohoo! There's the user frisket." And I actually really think Enzo. I know this. You're not going to hear this from me about Child Enzo much. I think he looks really fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
Like he's got like long hair and it's like matted down over his face, and he's like wearing like metallic like armor and like
His
looks like
hat's
he's
all like chewed up and
yeah. I like that
Total.
Frisket looks exactly the same.
yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
like what else can you do to make him punk? He's got a spiked collar.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
Give him a gimp mask.
Oh my god.
You've seen
Now
Road
that
Warrior.
would be
Yeah.
hilarious.
We go in, we kill.
Something tells me ABC would have had a problem with that.
Maybe.
Mm,
Or they're
yeah,
or the BS&P people were like so like uptight that they wouldn't even recognize what a gimp mask is.
oh, I like to think that. Yeah, they're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
a scary villain mask. That's fine.
They're just so like sheltered and uptight that they don't even pick up on it.
Oh, there's a zipper there. Oh, it's probably so that dust doesn't get in his mouth when they're on the road.
Oh dear.
It's
No,
canon now.
they've seen Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of seeing Pulp Fiction, we see the user who is driving the fucking Batmobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in almost an F1 variant. No, it's a Batmobile.
It's straight up the
Yeah.
Batmobile.
Yeah.
That's pretty much exactly what the Batmobile in the comics specifically looked like at the time.
Yeah, I'm seeing it from the front and the back now. It's a Batmobile,
Yeah.
and the user makes spikes come out of the wheel wells,
Yeah.
little axe things, and
Countermeasures.
it's revealed Enzo's just in his like a weird like Mad Max version of his like go-kart.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how's this guy keeping up with the Batmobile?
His air cart with wheels, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid's little cart really rips. Like it's just Yeah.
it's more effective. It's more effective than Bob's car,
Yes.
which is kind of ironic.
Oh, yeah, I had just assumed that he rebooted farther, like closer to the user. But I guess.
No, I'm just kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit because Bob's car
Oh.
breaks down and then he ends up like needing Enzo to drive him around, basically.
Oh, right. Yeah, when we get there here. I like the reveal of this. Like when Enzo kind of when the mega truck is finally revealed.
Yeah, before we get there,
I'm jumping ahead though.
yeah. Before we get there, we do get more revealing shots of like a the fuck is this thing even? Oh, it's the front of it's the nose of an airplane.
Yeah, it's like a Boeing.
It's like a like a huge ass like freight plane or something.
Yeah.
See, when I was a kid, I thought it was like the front of like the shuttle, like the space shuttle.
I didn't
Something
even
like
know
that.
what it was, honestly, until I just thought about it now. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the front of an airplane with
This
like
is really
tank,
cool, yeah.
with tank treads attached to it.
Yeah.
And the actor binome
Hmm?
that popped up like before, that gave us a glimpse that, oh right, binomes are being caught here. But this like all these binomes, like there's like dozens of them all around and inside this like weird. Here's why I thought it was like the shuttle, but now that I'm looking, you're right, it's like a super freight like plane. It's because it has treads like a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's binomes on like motorcycles and like tricycles, and they all got like
Like green hair.
green and purple
Yeah.
like mohawks and shit, and like Viking helmets, and one of them's on like a makeshift grocery cart
Yeah, I saw
with an
that.
engine, and he's holding a golf club. Like it's just, I fucking love this. Love this. Like the design of some of these vehicles is crazy. They all got like little turrets and stuff. Who's this guy on like the Rolls Royce?
Oh yeah.
The elevated Rolls Royce, yeah.
Yeah, like the fucking like pimp ass fucking Rolls Royce with like 24 wheels and the propeller in the front and the Gatling gun on the side. Rad. One guy tries to do a wheelie, messes up, and then it takes a jarring reminder that this is like a crummy video game, because there are these bright shiny like cactus tokens
Yeah.
that like don't seem like they fit in the game at all. They look more like they belong in like a platformer. And he hits them, or like, Diddy Kong Racing. He hits them and he's like, speed boost! And he goes way ahead of all the other binomes.
Yeah.
And it's revealed
I actually kind of like that, and in fact, I wish these
it
games
gamifies it.
Yeah, I wish these games would lean into that even more.
Have health, pickups, right? Ammo. Like have more gamified things to remind it, hey, like this is a video game.
Yeah, if they made a reboot show today, dun dun, womp womp, like that would be like that would be the take that I would want to see, is like actually like really really gamifying the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and so like Fortnite dances, teabagging, all the fun things that you get from playing a game, an online game.
Loot boxes.
Oh god.
Can you imagine that?
And you're like, oh right. All the fucking loot boxes. It's like, how's the user doing so well? Well, this is a free-to-play game, Enzo, and he dropped $160 into it. Get good, scrub.
Oh man, I actually kind of want to see that now.
At least one episode.
Yeah.
User wins, because all of these games are designed so that the user wins. No! Mainframe is just in fucking ruins because they never win anything.
Because the user is just always playing on easy.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh man.
But we get to see who the pilot is inside this gigantic like like plane tank thing.
And
Yeah,
none other than
Whatever their names are. Just
Eldred-
before that, though,
Aiden, help us out.
Go on.
Bob like drives around, Bob comes up behind them after he gets his little speed boost, and then drives around them, and then continues zipping forward. And then we go into the cockpit of this plane, and the two pilot dudes.
Yeah,
like-
who's the guy that I was like, hey, you guys pointed out he's got a gold like icon,
Yeah,
a gold and black icon. What's his name again? Remember I was like, oh, he's a retired Guardian.
Algernon.
Eldrenon, yeah, and his like
Yes.
butler, his manservant.
Binky, yeah.
Yeah. I say, Binky, Bob's on the job.
I think I'll have that cocoa now.
the subtitles on Crave, I actually have it paused on there. The subtitle isn't Coco, it's caviar.
Well, I guess.
Good job,
you know,
Crave.
I think I'll have that caviar now.
I'll post a screenshot of it.
But it's clearly Coco. Weird.
Yeah. Overthinking accents. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that's funny.
Caviar. Save that screenshot.
I think I'll have that caviar now.
I'm like, caviar in a Mad Max world? Holy shit, that is some decadent motherfucking.
Yeah, this is a world
Living.
where like water is a resource worth killing for. Fucking water.
And you eat live lizards. You eat whatever protein you can get.
Yeah.
As Big Boss do, you know.
Yeah. And we cut back to Enzo, who's tangoing with the Batmobile. And he goes, "Woohoo! See you later." And must be the. Huh?
What mayhem is going on at Snidler's house?
Just some background noise. This is my
Mayhem.
house. Remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's-
the user must be new to the game because he telegraphs his movements like very easily and like winds up ready to like sideswipe Enzo
Yeah.
with his like wheel spikes, and the canyon ends and Enzo's like, "Woohoo, see you, loser." And the user misses and spins out like a bitch. And so Enzo's catching up to this giant truck that they've been stuck behind. And he's
Yeah.
like, once it's past, what does he say? Once we're past the truck, because he thinks it's a race, right?
Yeah.
What does he say here? One sec. He says, once we pass the truck, we're in first place. So I didn't get the impression, now that I'm rewatching it, I just caught this line, but I didn't get the impression this was a racing game.
No.
I thought this was like Carmageddon, where racing is optional.
I don't know actually.
I guess, or maybe he just thinks it's a racing game.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
he's not a guardian, so he doesn't have a key tool to
He can't
give
ask.
him. Yeah, he can't be like glitch game stats.
Right. So he presumed it was a race. And as he pulls up next to the big ass truck, he realizes it's a little reminiscent of Megabyte.
Yeah, the truck is carrying the energy from Mainframe's core, and
It's
Enzo
like an oil tanker.
Enzo comes up beside it and like looks over, and Frisket yelps as per the subtitles.
And his eyes go huge.
And
the front of the truck is Megabyte's giant unmovable face.
it's fucking dope looking.
It's rad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at this thing.
I love it.
Yeah, it's got like a grill on the front, and it's like kind of beat up looking.
Yeah, and the implication here, it's beat up. And the implication here is that Megabyte was in the process of, I presume, straight up being deleted, just like fucking dying when the game hit. And he wasn't quite dead, but because he was melting in this giant vat, right?
Yeah.
It like brought him into the game merged with the tank of energy.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I actually didn't even think of that. Right, because we've seen him in games before, and like he doesn't like
he's fine.
reboot or anything like that.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to really have his mind in this. He's just like a passive vehicle. So he was in the process of like melting into this like energy. He wasn't quite dead yet, and whatever remnants of him came through, just like Bob's car and Enzo's cart, right? They have like their in-game versions. The in-game version, when it like dropped down on top of Megabyte and the tank, was, oh, here's this weird viral tank, or here's this tank of energy with some viral bits floating in it, and it boom, it turned it into a tanker.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I presumed.
So in a way, that Bob kind of saves his life.
Yes, that's what I think. Because we've discussed before, see, things are coming full circle. We've discussed before, you can't die or be deleted in the games. You just go into spectator mode.
Yeah.
So when the game, presumably they win and the game goes back up, everyone's restored, which is why Megabyte comes back, right?
Right.
Whereas he was like melting and like dying. So that's what my theory is that he was dying, but he was still like clung to life. He merged with like the tank, and then when it goes back up, everyone's restored.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's just a theory, a reboot theory,
An alphanumeric hypothesis.
an alphanumeric hypothesis.
A mega binary idea.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
that's why Aiden's on the show. We need those big brain ideas.
Yeah.
And Hack and Slash are they're on top of a Megatruck,
Yep.
They're whining.
and they don't look happy.
And
Mac
Enzo
is
is
afraid.
yeah, and Enzo is like, "Shit, we better find Bob." So
Yeah, I gotta tell Bob about this.
Yeah.
And where is Bob?
trying to get his
Fucking
car.
Carter. Well, you know who would have really fucking loved this game? The rad biker chick that he talked to outside the diner. She wouldn't even have to reboot.
Yeah.
She'd be right.
She'd
Yeah.
reboot and she'd like be less punky.
She'd reboot and then she'd just be a little dirty.
No, she'd be less
Prob-
dirty.
Yeah.
Or more dirty.
Ooh.
I say.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Well,
And,
blow me down. Literally.
Oh dear.
Blow me down below deck.
And you know who I want to see in a game? I want to see the Saucy Mare crew in a game.
That'd be great. That'd be a totally
Wouldn't that be
different
fucking
game.
rad? They work
Just
really
crew
well
of-
together, right?
crew
They're
of
very
pirates.
organized.
Yeah.
So like I think they'd do rad. They'd be rad in a fucking game.
Maybe we'll get to see that. Who knows?
Maybe. Only time will tell. And Enzo pops up, finds Bob, and he's like, Megabyte's been turned into a mega truck.
A truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's like, a truck? What's it towing? And it looks like he says it looks like the energy from the principal office.
Yeah, and he's all like, "Get me to that truck."
Let's go. And he like walks over to the cart, points at Frisket, and
I
he kind of
fucking laughed out
I
loud
love
about
this.
Oh,
He
yeah,
points
this
at
is so
Frisket
funny.
and gestures like with his thumb as if to
Hey,
like take a hike.
Get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Frisket looks at Bob with such an indignant fucking like expression. His ears like
I beg your pardon.
he literally like raises his eyebrows, looks Bob up and down. Like
And,
are
like, pretty-
are you serious?
Yeah, he is taken aback by it and like kind of scoffs and like sizes up Bob up and down.
And he's like, I love it. What a weird interaction. Like,
So
bitch,
good.
what did you just ask? What did you just gesture?
You serious, bud?
Are you fucking serious? That might be a good thumbnail. There's so many good parts of this that could be a good thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
Megatruck is pretty fucking good though. But yeah, he just like half like slits his eyes and like stares at Bob, and then it cuts to Enzo with a shit-eating grin on his face, driving, and Bob's in the back of the cart, glaring at Frisket.
Doesn't Frisket laugh?
Yep.
He kind of dog laughs, yeah, like yeah.
So we're back at the mega truck, and Enzo's cart catches up with it, and Bob grabs hold of the back of, or the side of the truck's tanker, and Enzo drives off because he's running out of road because we're just about to cross a bridge.
And Enzo yells, "Mediocre!" and jumps on.
Witness
Not quite.
me.
Witness. Sorry, yeah, they're going over a bridge.
Yeah, and Mac and/or Slash grab Bob and pick him up, and
they beg him for help, basically. But here's
Yeah.
where their fortitude, their endurance comes into play. As they're driving, it looks like they're going to be hit by like the top part of the bridge, but they're so durable that these giant like beams just slam into them
Mhm.
and like bend over them or break, and they don't even seem to notice.
Yeah.
And they plead Bob for help. They're like, "The boss has gone bananas." Yeah, the boss is nuts.
Yeah, and a pretty hilarious back and forth. They're
So
just
he's
like,
like,
they're
"Okey-doke."
typical thing of like talking over one another.
Yeah. So Bob like jumps into the driver's seat, and Air Doctor is in there, like not driving, just sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you'll have to run on my digits."
I like Bob's reaction here. He's
He's
just
just
like, sorry.
Yeah, 0 bucks.
Yeah,
Sorry.
doesn't give a shit at all. It's
Like,
just like
that's what you
sorry.
get for working with Megabyte, you piece of shit.
Nazi
Like, why is he
doctor.
even there? I know he's in the game, but it's just funny that that's what he says.
Yeah.
Like, they all face deletion, and like his biggest worry is that his hands were smacked.
Yeah.
And something
Wow.
weird happens here. They reach like a pumping station, presumably for oil or refinery or
Yeah.
something like that, and a giant like receiver, like some sort of
Yeah. I don't know what it's called. It's a thing.
like a clasping device meant to like
Yeah.
take the
To
tanker
to extract the fuel from
to
the
receive Megatruck. Its body is ready.
tanker.
Good lord.
So yeah, that also tells me that this isn't a race.
No, it seemed like the user was supposed to stop this tanker, right? From
Yeah.
reaching the depot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's what
Right.
I
But
think.
because they can't, because Bob needs like to return the energy to mainframe somehow instead of ending the game. He like 180s the, what does he say? It's time to bring it home.
Bring
and
it on home.
It seems like he's gonna slam the energy like into this, but he actually like 180s, almost accidentally wins the game, and then drives in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yep, heading back.
See what
And Hack
Yeah,
and Slash
so-
are thoroughly impressed by this.
what control?
What
How
control?
masculine.
Heck.
No, not. And the user, like trying to catch up, is like, "Oh shit!" And he just drives off the road again, almost off the cliff where the bridge is. Probably amazed that the tanker's coming in the opposite direction.
It's like when you're playing a racing game, if you just suddenly like see like an AI car driving the wrong way, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, very very odd.
Yeah.
It's
And
glitch
so
in
yeah,
real life.
they're going the opposite direction here. The music keeps amping up.
Mm.
The music design is production for this is so well done.
Mm-hmm.
and we join Dot. This is bizarre. She's like, all right, what have you got for me, number one? She's outside the principal office, and
So,
a Star Trek Sean Connery.
yeah.
I know.
Number one.
Captain Connery
Genre. Yeah.
Just call me Connery.
of the
You see-
USS Indiana.
Ogres have layers. They're like onions. The dog's name was Indiana.
You can't die, you fool. You're a guardian.
I am the last one.
Oh my god.
Little Dragonheart for you there.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I actually only ever saw that movie once, so I didn't quite get it. I didn't get
He
the
was a
reference.
dragon.
Are you out of your mind?
Who else was in that? Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid is the.
I love
knight
Dennis
or-
Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid's cool. His brother, not so much.
Yeah.
Although
Who's
he
his
was great
brother?
as Cousin Eddie.
Who's his brother?
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
He's kind of a train wreck of a person in recent years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I for some reason I can't recall who that is.
He played Cousin Eddie in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
They don't look related.
He's the guy who uttered the line, "Merry Christmas! Shitter was full."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird how much that singled that out.
which I incorporated into the intro for our
You really
Christmas
did.
episode. Yeah.
And
That is like that is like peak Christmas music to me, is like the music in that bit. The like
Yeah.
kind of like low version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That low, like, I don't know what instrument they use, but so whoop 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 whoop.
That was like a tuba and a accordion. I thought it was.
Yeah. There you go.
yeah, there you
That's
go.
the musician.
Yeah.
It's a volatile situation we have on our hands.
situation.
Yeah, and he says, anything can happen when a game is corrupted. And he's got a headset, and I'm like, who's he talking to? Is there
He's
some
giving a-
reference I don't understand here?
He's giving a presentation.
Yeah, that's
To
it.
make matters
Giving a TED
worse,
talk.
I have calculated 29 million cycles. Before the stolen energy dissipates and mainframe will be offline. And I'm like,
That
what?
was great.
What is this?
Yeah, I don't get this. I'm actually
Yeah,
gonna take to the
translation, please.
reboot wiki.
Please
Uh,
do. Snidler, translation? Reboot translation?
Oh, hang on. Let me get there.
Yeah, keep talking about the episode. I'll read.
Okay.
I'll read about this.
To make matters worse, I have calculated 29 million cycles before the stolen energy dissipates and mainframe will be offline. So, but the stolen energy already isn't part of mainframe.
I think
Or
it's-
can it only operate on like emergency reserves for so long? Is that the implication?
That's
Yeah.
probably it.
Yeah, okay, let's go with
Makes
that.
sense.
Why is he also
Man.
Star Trunk?
Maybe it's
you guys are the you guys. Christopher's
maybe
the
it's
Star
just-
Trek nerd.
maybe
help
it's
me out
just a
here.
really bad rendition of Scotty.
And so they went like
They went
even
they went,
farther with it and just made
Yeah.
him Sean
just made
Connery.
him Sean Connery. Said to hell with it. We'll just
So per the reboot fandom wiki, the character's name is Number One,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he is supposed to be a riff on Commander Riker with the
Yeah, 'cause
voice of Sean
Number One.
Connery.
Yeah,
Why?
Well,
But
I
why,
knew that
though?
he had the. I knew
Why
that he had a
Riker?
Riker. I knew that he had a Riker thing because she says, "What do you have for me, Number One?" And he's got the goatee.
Oh, number one, of course. Jesus Christ. Why?
Yeah. So
Why
I
did I
knew it was
miss
a
that?
Riker thing, but I'm like, am I missing something? Why is he Sean Connery? Why is he Riker? Why is he Star Trek in general? Like help me fill in the blanks, or is there none? Is that just it?
Yeah, because
no
they've referenced Star Trek a number of times on this show.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they obviously like Star Trek. So just
So they
seeing
just took two things they liked and fucking smashed it together, and is that it?
that's what
basically it.
that's the
Okay.
impression that I'm getting. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. They taught us. So the wiki told us nothing. Okay. See, listeners, when you get upset, we don't explain anything. It's usually because there's nothing to explain,
That's basically it.
and the reference is self-explanatory.
Oh.
Well, while Christopher's dying on the side, and I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah. So Dot's like, "Hey, that isn't gonna happen. My little brother's in there, and so
I
is
can
Bob."
die, you fool. I am not immortal.
Here we are, born to be kings. You apes want to live forever. While we're just throwing in random fucking references. And then some binomes talk some shit about my boy Bob that I don't. Like 2-0 police binomes are like, maybe the Guardian should have stayed outside the game to help evacuate the city.
And Dot loses her shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another binome shows up from around a corner wearing a trench coat, looking ominously, and he opens his coat up and pulls out a big fucking katana. And is like, I've come for your head.
He's got a fucking ponytail and 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh dear.
And then Dot pulls her katana out.
I will take any opportunity to beat
reference
Highlander to beat Highlander references into the ground.
Oh my gosh.
I have a Highlander tattoo, for Christ's sake.
We can't even get through an episode of anything without doing a reference to Metal Gear Solid or Highlander. Or in this episode, both.
Or Star Trek. Star Trek
Or
gets brought
Star
up a lot,
Trek,
too.
yeah. Man, I don't know what I was expecting out of you Wikipediaing that. It's like, well, you're right. It's Star Trek and Sean Connery, and that's about it. That's all you need to know.
And that's all there is to say about it, really.
I hope we see more of number one. It's so
I
weird.
genuinely hope we do. Yeah.
It's so, but Riker's not even he's not even Scottish.
No, he's
What
not.
the fuck am I missing? Whatever. Okay. Moving onwards.
Of all the things they had the rights to, I don't think that was one of them. So,
It's so perplexing to me.
yeah.
And like the one binome, the Sean Connery number one, he's also, by the way, a gigantic one binome.
Sean Riker.
Sean Riker. He's gigantic. He is 3 times the size of a normal one binome. He's taller than Dot.
So he's Riker.
So yeah, okay.
The guy's
He's also
huge.
really fat.
The guy's, yeah.
There's a lot of tall people on Star Trek.
Yeah.
There are, yeah. I like how Riker like how quickly, because like when you watch like the first season, he's like clean shaven and like really slim, and like by like the end of season 2, he's already like got a beard and dad bod.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it's like he's like, all right, I'm on this show. It's a hit. I'm getting paid. You know, I don't need to try anymore.
Hey man, it's a lot of work to keep abs. I touch my stomach in fond memory.
I've never had abs.
And
I've been varying degrees of slim throughout my life. I've also been varying degrees of fat, which is the reason why I've never had abs. I actually looked this up a while ago because like I've spent so much of my life overweight. It's basically impossible for me to develop abs now because like my stomach muscles are so like stretched out.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I've noticed that as I've been like becoming like less fit, is that my resting state is just like almost like distended or like bloated, like it's farther out rather than like tight. I don't know how to describe it. Um yeah, and so I always catch myself and I'm like, oh, why is my resting state just like with my gut out? And I'm noticing that my default shape is like changing from like, my pubic area like going like straight up into like my stomach to like pubic and then that weird like male like huh, like a slight like gut like coming out, and I'm just like, not used to that, but I am 33, so
Yeah, I'm 36, and I definitely have a fucking gut now.
but I can fight it.
And I started getting it like literally within like a month of turning 35, and it's apparently a really common thing for men in their 30s, like for fat to distribute in their stomach. And I'm like, man, my body, like I turned 35 and immediately my body's just like, whatever, fuck it.
Well, you've been like the Christian Bale of my friends group.
That's true, yeah.
Like I'm like, wow, like Christopher's like really like thin and he like pulling off the Crow like really well. And then it's just like, oh wow, Christopher's like doing some Batman bulk now. He went from the Machinist to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, it's like I'll go from like being like super slim and like kind of in shape to like, like 225 pounds with like a big gut, and then I'll be like thin and like kind of muscular, and then I'll get fat again, and then I'll go slim, and now I'm kind of just I'm still relatively thin, but as I said, I got a gut, and I'm probably about 10 pounds overweight.
I don't know how much I am overweight because the heaviest I've been has also been the most in shape I've been. So I have no idea where.
Yeah, you were pretty jacked for a while there.
Yeah. Oh, my default. I have good genes. And I was very fit when I was younger, and a lot of the muscle memory stuck around. Right. It's not difficult for me to keep it. Yeah. So I don't really know what like a normal, like ever since I was 17, 18, like all BMI things say that I've been overweight.
Yeah.
Even when I'm at like less than 10% body fat. So who knows? Health is a lie anyway, right?
As is the cake.
Yeah.
So you might as well eat it. Get fat.
Speaking of delicious,
we have Dot here.
Healthy. We've got Dot here. Good transition. Yeah.
I would have preferred it would have been better if it was Mouse, but take what I can get.
No.
I can't wait for Snidler. I can't wait for Snidler to get a Mouse episode. He was looking so forward to that, and then he missed that episode.
She comes back in this season. So.
Oh yeah, a few times.
Oh shit.
Oh jeez, boy.
So what's happening, Snidler? Oh, Canyon time.
Canyon time. Well, it looks like we got.
But
we're back in the game.
Actually, before that, real quick, Dot is talking to the ABCs and is all like, "When Bob wins the game, we've got to be ready."
Oh, that's a good point.
CPUs. Yeah.
That actually comes in.
Yeah, the CPUs.
Later in the episode. Yeah.
I always mix up ABCs and CPUs. I don't know why.
Well, a good way to remember is that a CPU is in your computer, right?
Yes, and
Right,
ABC
so it's in your tower.
is a channel.
Exactly. So the CPU is part of mainframe, part of your computer bit, your rig, right?
Well, it's not that I mix up like which one is which. It's when I say the initialism, I'll often say the wrong one.
Oh,
but like
I see,
in my head, I know that the CPUs are the cops and the ABCs are the viruses. But like sometimes I'll just say the wrong initialism.
Verbal dyslexia.
Exactly,
as I like to say. And in the game, it looks like some bad news.
Yeah, the mega
Game of
truck.
chicken here.
Yeah, the mega truck is driving toward the tank plane thing.
Yeah,
And they're in a canyon, and there's
they're
no
about to
room.
be, kind of trapped.
Yeah. And what's his nuts is like, I say, Binky, it's the Matrix boy. Evasive maneuvers.
And
But
then
I'm
he
like,
does this,
what do you mean?
like he tries to turn around, but he can't.
Yeah, he like
looks like he
slams
just
on
kind
the
of
control panel, but like they're in a canyon with like 4 feet on both sides.
he tosses his tea, and then he kind of.
I like his evasive maneuvers here.
Yeah, I know. And then he just kind of like does this motion, and he just sits back, lets it happen.
Yeah, his evasive maneuver is like wrestling with like the steering wheel for like 3 seconds before giving up.
Yeah.
Well, I tried. Damn it.
Well, yes, I tried.
And the weird thing is, like, Enzo's in front of Megatruck. Like, this is very Mad Max Fury Road. Like, the cut back and forth, the rock music, like, amping up.
Mm-hmm.
Frisket grabs the steering
this
wheel.
Is so weird. Frisket drives for, like, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a hold of Enzo's cart and, like, steers him away and out of the canyon.
You know, I when I was growing up, like I never really thought much of Frisket because I wasn't a dog person. I'm still not a dog person, really.
Right.
A cat person, damn it. Love cats. So like I never really gave a shit one way or another about Frisket as a character, but watching the show now, I really like Frisket. He is a damn good dog.
Yeah, knows how to save Enzo's life when he's like struck with indecision.
Yeah, unlike what Captain Capacitor says, Frisket is a good boy.
That's right. I don't know what his beef with dogs is, but
so Frisket takes control of the air cart and makes successful evasive maneuvers.
And meanwhile, Bob, he tries to slam the brakes, and they don't do anything. And he turns to Hair Doctor in the passenger seat, and he's like, "Where are the brakes?"
Just the classic.
No brakes.
Just creepy laugh.
Brakes.
He's waving his hands like a clown.
That's what you get for slamming my digits.
That's kind of what I got from that too. He even displays his fingers.
Crazy dude. Yeah. And
you did this to me, and now I'm afraid you will have to die.
Yeah. With me and you with me. And so it kind of like a weird like flash frame where time freezes and it like photography flashes up close. Binky, what's his name? The pilot. Algernon, Bob, Air Doctor, but like Binky is holding a plate of Oreos.
Yeah, you know. So classic. I say, sir.
Holy shit. So, per the ReBoot wiki, this episode was partially inspired by Brendan McCarthy's unprompted drawing of Megabyte as a truck. McCarthy would later co-write and work designs for Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
So
amazing.
So Cal, you were right on the money. Like,
holy crow.
I was joking when I was like, oh, they must have watched this episode.
Hell, they fucking worked on it. So hold up. The guy that did the initial like art design, the sketches for Megatruck,
ended up co-writing and doing designs for Mad Max Fury Road.
There you go. Holy shit.
Jeez.
It was way too similar to be an accident.
Yeah, that's rad. Today I learned.
Yep.
As soon as I watched this, like what was it, yesterday, I was like, holy shit, this is the plot to Fury Road. In every way. Kaboom. And something weird happens when they eventually smash into each other. Megatruck is so dense and girthy it just slams right through, completely unharmed, no damage whatsoever of the shuttle mobile, the tank thing. Yeah.
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 Dense and girthy.
Dense, long, and girthy.
Yep.
This
And
guy,
all the binomes on
Plowed
the
straight
other
through
side.
there.
He just plowed it mercilessly.
Yeah.
No brakes, no
Yeah.
lube,
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the
Oh my
binomes
goodness.
behind it, holy shit, are they do they look surprised?
Oh, yes, the whole thing comes out in the cow catcher.
Oh, some of them are viral and some are normal.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all like working together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking wild. Oh, cool. I just realized that. Like, I thought maybe like these were all viral and the other, like the ones on the ship were like the normal ones or something. The ones on the giant shuttle thing. But no, like everyone's just hanging out. Huh, cool.
Yeah.
And it's no match for Matt. And then Bob kills them all. He fucking kills them all.
Basically, yeah. He just flings them everywhere with the cow catcher.
Yeah, like a ramp.
Yeah.
That's essentially what a cow catcher is, right? It's like a fucking ramp to shove cows off of the railing.
Basically.
Because
And
cows are
there's-
fucking stupid and they don't realize that things can run into them.
oh my god, things are coming even more full circle. This guy that I was talking about, his name's Brendan McCarthy. He also did storyboards for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I've referenced in this episode. And he did storyboards for, get this, Highlander 2, The Quickening.
No way.
I'm looking at the dude's IMDb right now. Wow, this
Your
is...
Highlander references weren't even in anything to the episode.
Wow.
I said
Oh,
there could be
um,
only one, and then you ran with it. This is a weird coincidence.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is like such a coincidence, like such a crazy set of coincidences that it's almost spooky.
There is
But
more.
it lends to that you two noticed the thing with the canister in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you noticed that, and I was like, oh, I guess. And you're like, no, yeah, it could be like inspired by it. And Highlander? Well, that was just a tangent that we ran with.
Yeah. But yeah, wow, crazy.
There's so
That is
much
so
more
weird.
to this episode than we bargained for.
So what was his name? Brendan McCarthy?
Brendan McCarthy, yeah.
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did the art for like the Megatruck.
Yep.
Ended up working and co-writing with Fury Road.
Yep. He also wrote the last episode, When Games Collide.
Oh, he was the one that
ReBoot,
wrote
yeah.
When Games Collide.
Yeah, and he wrote I think it's the season finale of this season, Web World Wars. I think
Wild.
it's episode. Yeah. And he worked on Shadow Raiders.
That is so weird, though, that all of the little things that we mentioned, this guy's actually connected to.
That's so funny.
Highlander is wild, though. Like, there's no Highlander references in this episode. That's just Christopher loving Highlander.
But
like the TMNT thing. That's
but the thing is, though, is it technically makes all of these off-topic tangents on topic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Amazing.
I'm calling it.
See, we didn't go off topic.
Haha. To anyone who complains about that, which, to be honest, no one has so far. So
Yeah, woo, it's mind-boggling.
yeah,
Crazy.
I don't-
I'm glad you went off and discovered that. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I don't even know where the fuck we are in this episode anymore.
So where we are is Bob just smashed through all the biker binomes, and I
Oh, right,
love this
yeah.
part.
Oh, me too.
It cuts to them. They're all in shambles, right? Their bikes are broken and stuff. And it cuts to a zero binome, a little tiny zero binome.
With muscly arms.
And he's just like the Road Warrior, right?
No.
He says, "Be still, my binomes of war. Just walk
Just
away."
walk away.
And that's combining two lines from the Road Warrior. Because he says, after I think it's like a boomerang or something, like kills Mohawk guy.
Yeah.
Because Mohawk guy has like a gimp suit kind of like lover, right?
Yeah.
And he ends up getting killed by the boomerang, and he wants to go and kill them, and he holds them. He's this guy, I can't remember his name, like the big fucking muscly villain guy with the hockey mask, and he grabs him and puts him in a sleeper hold, and he's like, "Be still, my dog of war." And he says another line, right? And he's like clutching, and he's like angry, and he's like, "Losers, wait." Right, as he like puts him in a sleeper hold, and then they take him
Right.
off. And then his whole thing is, "Hey, we won't kill you." Like the villains of it, just walk away. Just give us the water and just go. So he's combining the "be still, my dogs of war" and the "just walk away"
Yeah.
thing, which is I
That's
think
super
pretty
clever.
cool.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch The Road Warrior. I haven't seen it in probably like, I think it was about 8. Yeah, it was about 8 years ago now.
Well, I think it's interesting that they flat out have like this intimidating Mohawk, like crazy, like raider person, right? Like have like a boyfriend partner, right?
Yeah,
Like when did it come out? 80. Oh geez, I'm racking my brain here.
87, I think.
87. That's my instinct. Yeah, and it's interesting too because he's this huge dude. He can go in and kill them all, right? But like lives are a type of resource too.
Oh God, 81. I was way over.
Oh yeah, I was way over too. Jeez. And
Well, I guess that makes sense because like by the time 88 came around, Mel Gibson was already like a big actor in Hollywood, like doing Lethal Weapon
yeah,
and
I
stuff.
forgot he was a
So
little younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. That was because he was in Mad Max, and then he was in Road Warrior.
yeah, and back in the day when he still used his Australian accent.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I know. I always
He
forget
had
that
it
he's
in
Australian.
Mad Max, but did he have it in Road Warrior, or did he try to like not speak with an accent in that?
No, he did in the Road Warrior, from what I remember. But like as soon as he started getting roles in Hollywood, like he completely switched to an American accent.
Except for in Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon, he has a tinge. Well, the first one.
Well, he's trying to do an
Yeah.
American accent in Lethal Weapon. He does it. He does pretty well at it. It comes out every now and then. But
Yeah.
you know who's
Ooh.
terrible at hiding their Australian accent is Sam Worthington.
Oh,
Which one is he?
He's that guy. He's like the most like milquetoast, like white dude, generic actor that was big. That was kind of big-ish for about a decade ago. He was kind of in everything for a few years there. He was in Avatar. He was in the Clash of the Titans remake.
yeah, he's the main
Oh.
dude, and he's Jake
Yeah.
Sully in Avatar.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was in Terminator Salvation.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in he was in a bunch of. He was in everything for like 2 or 3 years there, and then he kind of just disappeared. But the
he
dude
was
is
like hot shit for 2 years.
Yeah.
But the dude is fucking terrible at hiding his at like maintaining an American accent, because like his Australian accent would pop out in dialogue regularly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wonder whatever happened to him, because he kind of just disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he still alive? He could be.
Making Avatar sequels.
Yeah, that's right. There's like 3 more coming our way, aren't they?
3, 5, 20.
Who even knows? They're making them all at once, kind of like Lord of the Rings. right?
Yeah. I think the next one's supposed to come out in like 2023 or something like that. And I'm like, guys, like that's what, like 14 years after the first movie came out.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I had wondered why they isn't it kind of lost its steam?
I mean, other than like weirdly being the highest grossing film of all time for quite a while there. Like, other than that, like, it never even really had steam. Like, that movie had no pop cultural impact whatsoever. Like, who the fuck talks about Avatar anymore? Like,
Nobody.
even after, even like a year after the movie came out, who the fuck was talking about
Yeah.
It was
Avatar?
so weird. Okay, this
It
is
was
why people went and watched it.
Huge.
Because it was the first movie in 3D that blew people's fucking minds and actually looked good instead of blurry.
Yeah.
It was weird. It stayed in theaters so long. I worked at Blockbuster at the time. That's how
Me
long
too.
ago it came out.
Yeah.
It came out on DVD and Blu-ray while it was still in theaters.
Yeah.
That's
Blimey.
weird to me. I worked at Blockbuster for more than a few years, and usually by the time the movie comes out, it's like on DVD and stuff, right? It's long after the movie's done being in theaters.
Yeah, the cycle was usually like most movies would leave major markets after about a month or so. If they're like really successful, they'll some theaters will hold on to them for like 2 months. But generally, the cycle was the movies would come out on home video anywhere from 3 to 5 months after they originally debuted in theaters.
Yep. And this motherfucker was still going strong.
Yeah. But one of my favorite reviews I've ever read was a review on, I can't remember what website it was, but it was a review of Avatar. And what they did was they copy and pasted their review for Dances with Wolves and took like all of the names and used like strikeout and changed them to just names of characters and places from Avatar.
Dances with Wolves with Kevin
Kevin Costner.
Costner.
Yeah.
My mom's favorite movie.
It's a really good movie.
Too. It's kind of funny.
Serious?
Yeah.
Why is that a mom movie?
I don't know, but it's
my mom really likes it too.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Kevin Costner was like, the shit for like moms back in the day.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, he's a good actor. I like a lot of Kevin Costner movies.
I still maintain to this day that Waterworld is underrated and it's a fucking amazing movie.
I will agree with you there. I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says.
I've actually never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
I will fucking watch Waterworld with you.
Oh yeah.
I've got 5 movies to watch tonight, damn it.
I love it. It was ahead of its time, I say.
Oh yeah.
Character actor, who's the guy from Speed, the bomber?
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis
Hopper is the villain in that, and holy man, it's his magnum opus.
Yeah.
Like he is fucking great in that. Like
yeah.
Fucking glass eye flies around all the time.
It was kind of Mad Max on the water, wasn't it?
It is Mad Max on the goddamn water.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's what it is.
That is literally what it is.
We're bringing it full circle here, folks.
Yeah, water and dirt is like worth like its weight in gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of smoking. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Kevin Costner doing watery shit and not talking and
being a fish.
Being a fish. Spoilers for Waterworld. God.
Oh, sorry. I got excited there.
Be still, my binomes of what? Lord Humongous. I just remembered the leader of like those like marauders are the raiders. Lord Humongous. Straight up, no subtlety there.
That's funny.
What a great resume title. Imagine having Lord Humongous on your resume.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was
Big McLarge huge.
Was the second movie that I remember ever seeing in theaters. The first was Willow.
Nice.
But the second one was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That was a
Rad.
good one.
starring Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
I actually have not seen it.
It's a great movie.
It's a
I've seen
great
one
movie.
with that Australian guy.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah,
That one's-
Did I watch the wrong one?
I didn't bother.
I watched it for the first time like a couple of years ago, and not bad. It's a pretty forgettable film.
Yeah.
But
But-
it ain't no First Night with Richard Gere
Oh shit!
Oh man.
and Sean
That-
Connery.
That one didn't. That I felt like First Night didn't really know what it wanted to be between.
Oh
action
god, I
flick
remember
or a
watching this.
chick flick.
I remember
Yeah.
watching this movie on Super Channel back in like 1999.
Yeah,
It
that's,
has a
that's
little
when I
something
first
for
watched
everyone.
it. Yeah.
I like that the test the test with like the obstacle course.
The gauntlet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it. And he's
So
like,
it's like-
you fucked my wife. Oh, I suppose you can be a knight. Next time you better let me watch.
Next time you better let me watch. Yeah.
Where the fuck- Sorry, so Lordy Among Us is like, be still my binomes of war. Just walk away.
Just walk away.
You can do whatever you want to my wife, providing you give me head first.
And you say
Oh.
and you say thank you, my king.
Oh my god.
No spitting, damn it! It is unbecoming of a knight.
Coming.
Oh. All right. Anyway, reboot.
So
It's the same
Algernon and
initiation
Binky.
I do for all my knights of the round table.
oh my. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. So we're in Reboot, Mad Max world, right? One of the binomes lost his arm. He gets exploded. He's okay. He's still good. Biscuit, sir?
Biscuits, huh?
As Binky hands Algernon some Oreos. Somehow he didn't. Oh, and then Air.
I'm never gonna remember that name, Algernon.
Algernon?
Surprised I remembered.
It's gonna be out of my brain immediately after we're done recording.
Both of those names. And he
Algernon and Binky.
those emergency like oxygen supplies from planes like pop down from the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
And we're finally back to Enzo, and there's a minefield
Yeah.
for some reason,
And
Frisket is
just kicking ass.
he's still driving.
Yeah.
Hell of a dog,
Oh yeah.
Pat Frisket.
And it shows like a console that Frisket
Yeah.
is looking at, like cross-eyed, and there's a nose cam that says
Yeah.
smelly vision.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's
So-
smelling.
This isn't what Frisket's looking at. This is showing the viewer, us, right?
Yeah.
How Frisket is navigating the minefield. He can smell the mines.
Super dog smelly vision.
Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Smelly vision.
Smelly vision.
Smello vision.
That was a thing for a while.
Yeah.
That was,
Or
yeah.
people tried to make it a thing, yeah.
Yeah. It's strange.
I think there were only ever 2 Smello-vision films made.
I thought there were 0.
I thought it was just a myth. I thought it was a thing that do.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking it up.
I hear that.
And, anyways, yeah.
Intent typing.
It's not even. It's just I have a pretty dope mechanical keyboard that's really loud.
Yeah, I can't get away with sneakily searching things on my computer either. You just hear
Typing in drama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
one Smell-O-Vision film. The 1960 film Scent of Mystery.
Christ.
I was
Scent of
hoping you were going to
Mystery.
say the scent of a woman.
Hooah.
Hooah. Ooh,
Can't believe that's the fucking movie he won an Academy Award for.
Who did?
Al Pacino.
Oh, really?
What?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I
Yeah,
mean,
of like all the roles he's done, that's the movie that he wins an Oscar for.
Must have been a slow year.
Hey, well,
And the camera's going nuts here with the episode, like Fury Road style. And it
Yeah.
zooms in on Bob, and he's like, "All right, Mega Truck, let's get
busy. Yeah.
yeah, all
He's just got
intense,
this
gritting his teeth."
Intense. Yeah.
The camera does. You could literally see that this influenced Fury Road. The camera zooms in on him. The music picks up beat. It zooms in on his foot hitting the gas. Zooms in on him like changing gears. It's like fucking. It's wild. It's fun.
This is insane.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
cuts to Enzo driving over the canyon.
And then Fong appears with his little whirly copter. And he
Somehow
says, "Welcome to-"
saving.
and Frisket is holding on to the front.
With his mouth.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so Fong saves Enzo and Frisket, and he's like, Principal Office Airlines at your service.
Please. Yeah, what does he say?
Please take your seats and
Oh, yeah.
fasten your seat belts. Safety belts. And I'm like, there's no extra seats on there, bro. I understand you're just making a joke, but
Like,
I
this is
would've
not the
kicked-
time, man.
I would have kicked Herr Doctor out of the passenger seat like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
This,
so
this is great.
Yeah, so we're back at the mega truck, and
Yeah.
Bob says to Herr Doctor, he's like, I want you to get out there and tell Hack and Slash to unhook the trailer when I sound the horn. You got it?
And
He's
fucking
like-
Herr Doctor's like,
Well,
fuck
my-
my digits!
Mind
Yeah.
the digits.
I like that Bob just like grabs him and drops him out of the truck.
Just, like,
Yeah.
chucks him out the door.
Just fucking go.
and
And
then,
he, yeah.
sorry, go on.
No, the user
Oh.
suddenly seems to have a gun?
Yeah.
Or was I wrong? Am I remembering wrong?
He's
He
been
shoots
taking
something?
out. He's been taking out tires on the
Yeah.
truck.
He's literally like, he has a gun. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he's
And-
shooting out the tires, and Bob notes that apparently if they lose one more tire, then it's game over. And so
yeah,
the,
much like
the
Speed. But yeah, Enzo and
which we've now
Fong-
referenced is a movie we've now referenced 3 times in this podcast.
Jesus. That wasn't even a reference to it. I just remember at one point, one of the wheels gets blown off.
Yeah.
But Fong says, you need to go down there and help Bob, but you can't defeat the user. So you have to do it without deleting the user.
oh yeah, Enzo says we got to get the user out Bob's case.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
and
Fong
And,
says,
then he's
"Yeah,
like, I have an idea. And then he turns to Frisket and he's like, okay, it's all up to you, Frisket. I'm like, that's not an idea. That's just getting your dog to help you again.
yeah.
And Frisket looks at him like, what?
So the user is just about to shoot out another tire, and then someone's horn is honking.
Yeah, sorry, the car
That's
alarm.
part of
went
that.
off.
That's part of the show.
Hey!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you don't need. No, you don't need to apologize. It's fine. It kind of fits with the episode, really.
It kind of does, yeah.
And Herr Doctor inadvertently helps.
Which I
But- 'cause-
don't really get why. So Herr Doctor is crawling across the side of the truck, and he ends
Yeah.
up blocking the way of one of the tires, and the user doesn't shoot. Why?
Yeah, he's like trying to shoot around him, and he doesn't shoot. And I'm like,
Just shoot him.
Yeah.
shoot him. You're playing a
Yeah.
Mad Max game, and you're afraid to shoot a bad guy.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
It's,
Even like waves. Air Doctor like waves to the user. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's right. Hello.
And eventually, the Fong Ocopter launch Frisket at
Fong
Fongocopter.
launches Frisket at the user, and Frisket, and as we've talked about, is like actually like physics defying, right? He has infinite density,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
I like to joke around with, and he absolutely stops the user's Batmobile in its tracks, like completely stopping it.
Yeah.
By grabbing onto the rear. What is he grabbing onto? I can't see. The
Rear
hitch or something,
bumper or something,
or a bumper, or
thing.
like a hitch or something.
Yeah, it looks
Car.
like a trailer hitch. Yeah.
And the user gets pissed. It breaks off. Frisket kind of like gets angry, tosses it aside, and it's like coming down to the wire because Bob honks the horn, and Air Doctor is like, "All right, pull the pin," and he's like yelling at Hack and Slash, and it's like as if he stopped mid sentence. He's like, "Pull the pin," and then he stops and thinks for a second, and he's like, "No!"
No.
But Hack and Slash are like arguing.
Yeah.
And they say some like Jewish stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in any weird way, but they're like Jawol, Chanel. Like some that sounds like Hebrew.
Yeah, I know.
You
It
know?
sounds like Yiddish or something.
I didn't
Yeah.
even pick up on that.
Yeah.
Hold up, you guys continue. I'm gonna look this shit up.
Yeah, so they pull the pin and uncouple the trailer, and
It means yes.
oh,
Huh?
Jawal means yes.
Joel.
In wait, what the?
Schmel.
It's German. It's German.
Huh. So they start speaking German.
And
That's very interesting.
Schnell, for Middle High German, Schnell, nimble, brave, or quickly.
Oh, okay.
Meaning fast or quick.
today I learned.
So they're like,
Well,
yes, quick, but like in German. So sorry, Yiddish speakers. I for some reason I thought that was Hebrew or something. It's German. And speaking of German, it's because Herr Doctor's there. Okay, got it. Right. And he screams, "You Dummkopfs! You're on the wrong side!"
Which they are. They're still
They are
standing on the side of the trailer.
They bail.
And it's weird. The trailer goes like front over end and like completely disengages, right? Like flips.
Yeah.
Flattens the user, and then as the computer's like game over. The energy tanker flies across the bridge towards the principal office that's in the game. And like explodes?
Yeah.
So is that returning the energy to the principal office? Yes, right?
That whole thing that went down had to be timed absolutely perfectly because the tanker squished the user, which
ends
ended
the game.
Which ends the game, but it was able to slide into the principal office just in the nick of time before the GameCube left.
Pretty genius.
And it seems to stabilize, right? The GameCube straightens up, turns like square again, and then just shoots off and says game over. And as it shoots up into the air, an intact Megabyte is staring up into the sky.
Yeah.
As if his like dreams were just crushed.
I Transformer.
I was Optimus for a brief moment.
yeah.
What does he actually say?
My Transformer.
Yeah.
I thought he said, because that's what the subtitle says, but that's not what I heard.
All right, let's enhance.
Yeah, it's what I've been hearing for years.
Sometimes what we think we hear isn't always what we hear. Let's see here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he says.
I thought he said my chance former.
No, he says my Transformer. He just says it like weird and slowly. Like I heard Transformer. Like, but he emphasizes the S, like he's almost saying trance.
Yeah.
No, chance, not trance. My chance former. I don't know.
I think he's saying Transformer, my dude.
Well, that's what the subtitle says, but What do Transformers have to do with this?
Well, it could be like not like the robots in
No,
disguise.
no, I know. I just mean like what is like I don't understand the like what the line is supposed to mean.
Well, all a transformer is like with like power lines, right?
Yeah.
All it does is it reduces or increases voltage of current going through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So presumably, it was able to harness the principle's energy like some sort of like transformer, and not get too much or not get too little. Like take exactly the amount he needed without it being like blowing up, for example. But it's just I'm with you on that because no one else has called it a transformer up to this point. When I was a kid, I thought he missed being the truck. He liked being the truck, and he was like,
that also makes
"My
sense.
transformer." Like he experienced bliss for the first time in his life, driving around as a big fucking truck out in the desert.
Or somebody steering him. Yeah, I don't know.
That's that was mine, but I think he's talking about the energy.
Yeah.
I like to think that he's like, I had it. I was so close to achieving eternal bliss. Bob even pulled my horn. It was everything I could have wanted. Bob was inside me.
Oh my god.
And Bob is also there. And,
Sorry.
I finally had Bob inside of me.
I've always wanted to do that.
Oh man.
And Bob's there, and he's like, "Nice try, Megabyte. Better luck next time." And Megabyte's not happy.
No.
Yeah, he's about to fuck Bob up, but then like presumably all the ABCs have returned from Tim Hortons because there's a fucking lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of CPUs.
And Dot goes after Megabyte puts out his Wolverine claws, getting ready to fuck.
Did I say
Bob over.
ABCs again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
CPUs. Jesus Christ. See,
And
this is what I mean. Like I say the wrong initialism, even though I know like which one is which.
And they have hockey sticks or something. Or batons or oh no, sorry, the blue lights of their cars I thought were the ends of their energy batons. And they almost made like hockey stick shapes. No, don't worry. They're stun batons.
The entire team is out here.
Wait.
Are they
There's
stun
vehicles.
batons or dildos?
Hey now, hey.
They are kind of floppy.
One straight up has a shotgun. Like a pump action shotgun. The one on the left.
Yeah.
Shotgun in the bum?
No, he's holding
Bang,
a real
bang, baby.
shotgun.
Oh my god.
What the heck? I thought they couldn't have like guns. They had to cartoonify them.
Well, I think they're kind of steering away from the S&P at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shotgun
Good
in
point,
the Bum
yeah.
is actually a song, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
It is the trailer that I made for Too Much Energon, our Beast Wars podcast. The trailer that I made for it, the music that's playing in the background is the instrumental music from the song Shotgun in the Bum.
Amazing.
It's a hilarious song and video. Listeners, go check it out. Look it up on YouTube. It is a side project of Christopher Bowes, the frontman of Ailstorm, a band I am very, very fond of since 2008.
Yeah. He's been fapping to them ever since.
Yep.
Shamelessly.
Well, that makes sense.
I even met the dude.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I met Christopher Bowes back in 2009.
Oh, that's cool. Did you get a sweet high five?
I don't remember. I was a little intoxicated.
Just a little.
Just a little. I was at a concert, okay?
So Dot here has Megabyte surrounded, and he goes, I see. Well, until next time, Guardian. And I'm like, can't you guys just kill him? Like, please kill him. he is a huge detriment to. I understand they're like Batman, and it's a cartoon. It's for kids, right?
Yeah.
But like, sometimes you should kill the Joker. Right? Like Batman should have killed the Joker long ago. And I'm feeling like they should just be like, you know what? You're under arrest. And if he doesn't come with them, like let the shotgun binome like fuck him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says goodbye to the true guardian of Mainframe, and he's like, Ms. Matrix, until next time. And he boards his limo thing.
Yeah,
Hack and Slash are in it for some reason.
yeah, and they're all smashed up, and they're like, "We did it again, boss. We fell apart.
We broke up.
We broke up."
We broke up. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god, this screenshot that I just paused it. Oh, I think I found the show art.
Uh-oh. Let's see it.
I'm gonna post it.
What do we got here? Way to go, Bob!
Enzo's face.
Oh wow, that's so good.
It's a little busy. There's a lot going on in the background there.
I think that's actually a great one.
out of I'm gonna talk some boring like adult speak now. The less going on in a picture that people have to squint and look at,
Like Enzo?
the more appealing it is. So Fong's like body being in there, but you can't really tell it's Fong's body. Frisket's head not in frame, right? The seat, right? There's so much going on there that actually that is less clickbaitable than say just like a funny face with like a single solid color of background.
Yeah, actually, the show. What I'm probably going to make the show art is just like a isolation shot of Megatruck.
Yeah, and Enzo shows up in his like little cart, and he says something that sparks the. No, I feel like that was actually mid 2000s. Do you remember when like girls saying that they were like so random was a thing?
Yes.
Yes. I do.
Yeah, the cringy era of the mid 2000s. Is there anything cringier than the 2000s? I argue no.
We had a coworker at Blockbuster Video who used to say that all the time.
Everything is random.
A coworker that I quite infamously was not fond of, much to other coworkers' amusement.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I know who that is.
Whatever. It's been like
Whatever.
13 years. It's fucking Kimbo.
Yeah.
God, I hated that chick. But yeah, she used to say that all the time.
I'm sorry.
About everything.
About everything. I'm sorry, little one. But what's happening?
There was this one time, and another coworker of ours, just witnessed this and just thought it was the funniest thing, to the point that he brought it up like several times over the course of like the next like few years. There was this one case where we were working at Blockbuster, and the movies came with these cases that were like locked, and you basically had to like put them over like a magnet or like spikes or something
To pull the plastic like thing that locked the case out. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was right. At Blockbuster, it was a magnet, and it pulled like this yellow bar out. And at Movie Gallery, another video store I worked at, it was spikes. Okay. So Kimbo was standing in front of this thing. She was on till right beside me to my left, and she was standing in front of this thing, like just like blatantly flirting with this customer, to the point, like I'm talking like one leg in the air, like level of flirting. And like I was trying to rent movies to customers, and she was just spending so much time flirting with this one guy. And I was like, hey Kim, can you step aside so I can unlock these movies? And she would, and then she'd like move back, and she'd move back, blocking the magnet again. And like the third time this happened, I finally just said, like right in front of customers and everything, I was like, can you just fucking get out of the way?
Yeah.
Totally what I would have done.
Another coworker of ours like saw this and just thought it was like the funniest thing. Anyway,
It reminds me of the same story with her where I was like, oh man, of course, like, 10 minutes before we close up, a ton of these like movies get dropped in like the bin. And I go over to like go grab them, and she's like, isn't that ironic? And I like peek my head up and over, and I turn to her and I go, that is ironic. And just like smile, and she like looks at me nervously, like, and like kind of like awkward. She's like, like not sure. Like, I don't even know why I reacted like that. I just like stared at her with like a weird smile and was like, that is ironic. And she was like, oh, and kept going. And Mike was there, and he, for some reason, like he,
Mike
fucking
is the one
killed
who
him.
thought that was really funny when I said that to her.
Yeah. And Mike was there. He just like started laughing, and I continue doing what I'm doing, and she's like, what? I don't get what's funny. And just the phrase like, that is ironic, was just like a nonsensical like joke between us for like years.
Another fine example of just how fucking dumb this woman was. She told our boss, like, because she was scheduled to work this one shift, and she told our boss that she had a specialist appointment that day. It was a Sunday. What fucking specialist are you going to go see on a Sunday?
Absolutely zero.
Right. So our boss, for whatever reason, bought it. She had this weird soft spot for Kim. I don't know what it was. But yeah, our boss bought it, and so she gave Kim the day off. And then so what was also going on that day was the zombie walk in Nanaimo. And I know that that's what Kim wanted to do because she fucking came in that Sunday because I was working. She fucking came into the store in zombie garb. Like
You were covering her shift?
No, I wasn't. I was just happened to be working that day, but she lied to our boss to get out of a shift saying she had a special, quote unquote, specialist appointment on a fucking Sunday, when she really just wanted to go to the zombie walk. And then she comes into the store that she was supposed to be working at.
You know what? Good,
like,
good
Jesus Christ.
That's some I don't give a fuck energy. I actually appreciate that.
I don't think that's I don't give a fuck energy. I think that's just I'm a fucking idiot.
I'm 18 and I don't have any int yet.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of adult, we got Enzo.
Yep.
And Enzo here is wrapping up the episode, and she's like, Enzo, how dare you go into the game? You know you're not supposed to have fun and help, even though you're often useful.
Yeah.
No, she's actually like, are you okay? And he's like, sure, Dot. And she's like, never run off to a game alone like that again. And I'm like, he just because you're there doesn't mean he was alone. There were like 50 binomes in the game, and Fong and Bob, like, and Hack and Slash, who were neutral parties. Like, he's never been less alone in a game than this game. And she's lecturing him about running off to a game alone.
To be fair, these binomes that end up in these games are rarely useful.
It's true.
True.
Which is why Bob, Dot, and Enzo always race into the games, because they're the only, like, relatively capable individuals.
I feel like Dot only races into it if she has a reason. Otherwise, she's just accidentally caught into it.
Fair.
But yeah, after she lectures Enzo, Dot is like, I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, oh, they gonna hate fuck.
Yeah,
But
so
it's like, no, Enzo, you shouldn't follow me into games. And he's like, I know, I'm sorry. But like Fong and Frisket kind of give Bob this look that's like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
And so Bob's like, but I couldn't have won the game without you. Thanks, Enzo. And he smiles. And it's credits. Thank
Directed
you,
by Ian
Ian
Pearson.
Pearson.
reboot
Brandon
will
McCarthy.
return after these messages.
Except there are no messages. It's the credits.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Bad Bob.
That was indeed Bad Bob.
Should we do some scoring of Bad Bob?
Yeah, Cal, do you want to explain our rating scale? Since I fuck it up every single week. Last week I actually managed to get through it properly for the first time ever, but why don't you take it?
All right. So at the end of the episode of Alphanumeric, Aiden, Christopher, and I like to
I'm sorry, who? Who?
Oh, sorry. AP Snidler,
There we
Christopher
go.
Siege, and NeoCal like to give our ratings, and it's a 4-scale rating. So if it's 1 through 4, it would be this is bad, very bad. To the second one is I don't think so. So this is bad, very bad is like 0 or terrible. We didn't like it. And I don't think so is like it wasn't atrocious. It wasn't offensive to our senses, but it wasn't good. 2, that was easy enough. So that was easy enough is, it was an enjoyable episode. It wasn't wow factor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the fourth one is Alphanumeric, which is the episode's fun. It's great. We love it. We want to watch it again. So on that scale, why don't we start with Christopher Siege? What do you give it?
I'm giving it a top tier alphanumeric rating. I'm going to say it now. Next to Talent Night, this is my favorite episode of the entire series so far.
All right. There's no need for us to like really summarize why. Like we just spent like a shit ton talking about all the references and how great it was.
Yeah.
And like I said, you may never hear me say this again. Bob was cool this episode. How about Aiden?
I'm gonna second.
Cut out.
Yeah.
This always
Sorry?
happens at the very end.
I don't
Yeah.
know why it always happens at the very end. I'm giving it a alphanumeric because this is definitely one of my absolute favorite episodes of the series.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much seconding Christopher Siege on this one because yes, awesome.
Chef's kiss.
Alphanumeric. Yes.
It's an I shall give it an alphanumeric rating as well.
Awesome.
I haven't revisited these since I've watched them as a kid, but like holy shit. Like this episode's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we learned a ton. Like we learned that the actual guy to design the truck went to go and design vehicles and like co-write Fury Road.
Yeah,
and he worked on TMNT
and Highlander. Yeah,
Highlander?
all that shit fucking blew my mind.
This is like Christopher's new hero.
This is like a treasure box full of surprises. This whole episode,
Yeah, it's
cool
it's
references and awesome facts. Apparently,
and Road Warrior references galore.
yes.
And that's it. That's our golden seal of approval. Our golden disc of approval.
Oh shit.
Stamped.
Oh shit! Did I just
Crossover.
reference our other podcast?
Uh-oh.
I did. If you like this, but you also like Beast Wars, Christopher and I talk about Beast Wars in our podcast called Too Much Energon.
I'm
You
not-
should be able to find us wherever you found this. It's all under Laser Comb Productions.
That's a separate feed. Just search for Too Much Energon. the latest episode is up. It is a chunk of an episode.
Holy shit.
We talked about the final 3 episodes of season 1 of Beast Wars. That is a 3.5 hour long podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And we mostly stayed on topic.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Like,
Hooray.
yeah, so check that out. Go to our website, www.alphanumericpodcast.ca, where you can find embedded players of all of these episodes of this show. You can find social media links to our Facebook page, facebook.com/alphanumeric podcast. If you want to get in touch with us, send us an email, alphanumericpod@outlook.com. We'll be back next week with the 5th episode of season 2 of Reboot, Painted Windows, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't remember this episode whatsoever.
I don't even know if I've seen it. This does not ring a bell at all.
Yeah.
I remember this episode well.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
It's amusing. But we
the
will get into that later on.
Yeah, the synopsis of it is hexadecimal accesses the system's paint program, and mainframe is her canvas. She soon begins to wreak havoc, causing a communications blackout and melting all forms of transport. I don't remember this fucking episode at all.
Oh yeah.
From this point onwards, I caught Reboot like off and on. So like this is kind of like starting to get into wild territory for me. Like I don't remember this. I swear I've never seen this next one.
Yeah, same. All right, we're running out of time, so we're gonna get out of here. I've been one of your hosts, Christopher Siege.
Yes, indeed. Go ahead.
I have been another host, Abe.
Every time, I swear. So you cut out after you said, I've been your other host.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I've been your other host, AP Snidler.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I am anotherist host, NeoCal. And until next time,
Game over.
my transformer.
Stonks.
Just walk away.
Be still, my binomes of war.
Dogecoin.
There could be only one.
Bowl of pasta.
Reboot will return after these messages.